Hello and welcome to episode number 3 of Creating a Legend. Today we have a top of the table clash at home to Poltava. The transfer window has now slammed shut for the time being until January, and we've been relatively busy. We've brought in Ivan Krivonchenko, a 33-year-old right winger. Very experienced player, looks to be really decent for us at this level as well. 4-star ability at the peak of his powers, won't get any better, but gives us some really good consistency. I love his crossing of 14, works really hard as well. A very good all-round player for this level, and he started off pretty well. 2 goals in his first 5 appearances for the club as well. Next up is an absolute beast of a player, Sergei Garaschenko, a right back by trade, but can play anywhere really on the right hand side or in the middle to lesser effect. Superb physicals, really fit, strong player, good mentals as well, and some half decent technicals as well. Nothing that stands out as being really poor. Tackling of 13 is really good, heading of 12. That's pretty good for a fullback at this level. Roman Kutchenko has also come in, a left back slash centre back, a backup player more than anything until I doubt he'll play many games for our first team, but he's around. Mentally he's all right, good at making decisions, good determination, good work rate, but nothing really else to talk about. I'll only play him if I absolutely need to, and I just need to get a body in before the transfer window closed. Looking towards the future, Eduard Kontratenko has come in as well. Attacker midfielder who can also play a little bit up front. Very much one for the future. 1.5 star at the moment, potential to be 2.5, maybe 3-star player as well. In the out column, 2 players to mention. Igor Lutsenko has left the club. Quite an expensive player, about £250 a week. So very happy to get him out the door. 31-year-old. Nothing outstanding in those attributes at all, really. Only really thing that had in his favour was that he was fairly versatile as a player, but more than happy that he has left the club. As well as Vitaly Olszewski. He had the physicals in his favour. Nothing else really. 4th or 5th choice striker for me. So getting him off the books is another good piece of business for me as well. Both of those guys left on a free transfer, but it was more about reducing the wage bill than actually making money for these players. A number of games have been played since we were last together. We played against Agrobusiness Voloshyovskek and beat them 2-0. Subachev and Kravchenko scoring the goals in these games. That was in the Ukrainian Cup. They're a couple of leagues below us, and we should have won that a lot more comfortably than we did. But we got through it, and we're into the next round and play against a Premier League side in the next round, which is very exciting. We then follow that up with a relatively disappointing 2-2 draw against Ruk Vinikik. Igor Dutz with an own goal and Sergei Kravchenko scoring in that one. We were 2-0 down in that one, but got a 2-2 draw in the end. So you can look at the positives in that one, but it wasn't a very good performance from us away from home. But we bounced back, as we always seem to do at the moment, against Mykolaiv, and we beat them 2-0. Ivan Kravchenko and Andrei Skash with those goals, both in the second half. They're towards the bottom of the table. We were expected to win that game. We made hard work of it again, but we got the points. That's all that really matters at this point. Then we went away and had a superb 4-1 victory over against Odessa. I'm not even going to attempt to say that first word. It begins with Z, but the second one is Odessa. 4-1 in that one. An own goal. Skobalov, Kravchenko and Skolash with our goals before a really poor performance. We played against Nafta. I hope I don't say that name too many times this season, and lost 3-1. We were 1-0 down for about 40 seconds in this one, really disappointing. Then dominated that rest of that first half, but couldn't force the ball over the line. Got into the half time, gave them a really strong team talk, saying, okay, don't concede, but we can win this game. Within 2 minutes, we conceded a second goal, 2-0 down. Alexander Kamkoda got his first goal for the club as a substitute in the 56 minutes, but then they scored immediately after to win that game 3-1. Very frustrating result, but we bounced back again. 4-2 over Dnipro. Chichasky Dnipro. 2-0 up after 10 minutes. Skobalov and Krychenko with the goals. They got one back in the 20th minute for a penalty, but Skalash and Koshman before half-time put us out of sight. They got a late goal back in that game, but it wasn't enough as we got that result and got the 3 points. The next batch of players on my magical mystery tour of reviewing my squad is my attacking midfield options, starting with the first guy on the list, which is Anton Kitcher, a guy who can play most positions across the attacking trio. He is a left winger who's playing on the inside forward role on support at the moment and has had a fairly decent start. Average rating is 6.97, 4 goals in 13 games. Igor Semenya is my next player. He is again very versatile. Left wing is his best position, but I've been playing him on the right wing, a position where apparently he can't play, but he's been putting in some decent performances. With the new signing of Kravchenko, he's limited in terms of first team place at the moment, but corners, crossing, dribbling, all decent there. Good work rate as well. A tidy player for us. Voldemir Chopin is my next player, predominantly a right back. We play the whole gamut from right back to right wing, which is why I'm talking about him now. Second choice in probably every position he can play. His problem is probably he's too versatile for his own good. I've got better players in all of his positions. Andrei Skarlosh is my first choice attacking midfielder. Can play more centrally in the centre midfield, Carrillo or advanced playmaker role, but I'm playing in the advanced attacking midfielder role on support. Decent technically, decent mentally, decent physically, a 4-star player, and is doing a very, very good job for me this season. 7.34 at the moment. And Vitaly Subachev is my final guy to mention. A right winger, but not that good. 6.45 from his games at the moment. He is my third choice and at £110 a week. If he was on any more than that, I'd have probably forced him out of the club. It feels like I've been talking for a long, long time tonight, but finally we're into today's game. Team lineup for this game against Poltava is Sorendenko in goal. Gerachenkov, Loboyko, Tomenko and Kravchenko is the 4 at the back. Loboyko is coming back from injury, so there's doubt about his overall fitness. Koshman and Skobalov are the 2 centre midfielders, with Kryashenko, Skarlosh and Kitcher as my attacking midfielders, with Kravchenko up front as the advance forward. Throw-in, Ivanov. Kovpak inside, headed Ukrainian, and it's saved by Sorendenko. Corner, Kitcher to take, plays it in, headed away. Skarlosh wins it. Koroshenko shoots and scores! Ivan Koroshenko scores! 42 minutes gone, a game of very few highlights, but he's banished the ball into the back of the net from the edge of the box. That'll do. 1-0 up against a team that are rivals for promotion. Second half has kicked off, and I just realised I didn't put the camera on in the first half, so hello. It's intercepted. Ivanov. Savinchenko tackled, but wins the ball. Kovpak driving inside. Dekinov hits the post. Ivanov with the throw-in. A lot more highlights in the second half. Headed away, but given away, and Poltava can break. Kovpak. Good tackle by Garashenko. Knocks it down the line, but there's no one there. We've given the ball away a bit too easily here for my liking. Savchenko. Very long name that I can't pronounce. Inside Kovpak. Kovpak shoots, but saved by Sorendenko. Kitchen to take. Near post. Intercepted. Kluckman. Kravchenko. Fouled. Lobchuk. Saved. Kovpak. Good tackle, but they win the ball. Savchenko's through. Kick. Loboko has been absolutely superb in the defence, but he's knackered. I'm bringing on Glushy for Loboko. This feels like the wrong decision to make, but he is knackered. They break. Through ball. Trofisovsky is through. He drags his shot well wide though. Stoppage time at the end of the game. We've got free kick. Garachenko plays it short, and that is a full-time whistle. A victory for Helios. A game of very, very few chances. They were the better side, you'd have to say. They created a lot more, but they were wasteful. We were clinical. Ivan Kryashenko with the goal. We pick up the 3 points, and that is a massive victory for us. If you've enjoyed what you've seen, please do leave a like if you're new channel. Please do subscribe. I'll be in the FM Novice, and I'll talk to you again very, very soon. Have a good evening.